For now.
I'm hatching so many Pokemon right now. I'm hatching Pokemon because he's on the phone, or was on the phone. So another one? There's another one. There's like 6. I had every single one that egg that had an incubator. You're also somewhere where it has Pokestops now, so now I literally have 2 in incubators. I'm gonna get the Pokestops and everything while we're down here. Alright, so this is the East Wharf Wonder. Let's see if we can do this the correct way. East Wharf Wonder. And the hint is hum the most famous poem by FSK and you'll find it. We're just gonna navigate to it because we don't know what that means. We're gonna navigate to it. We think that it is, can you see the gazebo back there, or is his head in the way? Oh no, his head's not in the way. That gazebo right there, we think it's over there.
I haven't seen one of those in a while.
What? Oh my lord! If you can see, you can see. He is exactly right. Frickin' payphone. Well, we found it, but too many people here to record anything, so it's gonna go back right under where it was, and I'll put my phone away before I get sand in it. Or my camera. That geocache and the hint in the comments that everybody was posting on it completely made my fucking head go insane, I'm not gonna lie. I didn't know what the hint meant, so we were searching around the gazebo. It was not on the gazebo, or whatever the hell you want to call it. And then they have 4 corners in that thingy where you can like sit and stuff. Never been down here before, so we wouldn't know. They got like 4 little corners in the area where we thought it was. There was somebody sitting there talking on the phone. And like, it's a public place. We've never been here before. We didn't want to be rude, but it's like, we're on a time limit. I'm gonna look to see if there's anything else around this area that's like worth trying to find. Alright, so I guess we're gonna head there and we're gonna see what we can do for that. This one was... I really lack in telling you guys what these ones are. Oh no, I did tell you guys what this one was. The hint and everything else. I don't know if I said the difficulty, terrain, and size, but the difficulty was 2.0, terrain was 1.5, and it was a small... all this stuff. We don't know if we're supposed to be here right now, but we assume that we are. As you can tell, we're literally at an auto... Well, it says that this is a vacant lot, but I don't believe that because there's... Okay, maybe it is. Maybe that's because it's an auto parts store. This is about, like, the Leatherman... I don't know who the hell this is. Leatherman's Circuit, the Clinton Cave. We could not go to the other one because there was no parking area. There was, like, 3 caches on a freaking walk, but we couldn't do it because there was literally no area to park, and everything said no parking anytime, which means if you park there, that's illegal. So the hint is the cache is not inside the cave, think 3-dimensionally, and it was found in May. So I guess we're just going to navigate to it and we're going to see what we can do because we have to be back home in like 25-ish minutes. So we gotta be pretty fast with this one. So currently this is what we're working with. Yeah. Found the geocache. We came from the wrong way, and we found the cave. So we're gonna try and see if we can, if I can get down there with him, so I can show this. But the way that you just looked at that gave me a little bit of a fright. This is literally the cave. There's not much to it.
There was a deer.
Adrian!
I didn't know.
You just scared the crap out of a deer. Thank God it didn't come this way. Look at that tree. Yeah, he found a pair of prescription sunglasses in there. They're freaking, well, I found them because I went in there, but they're broken gone. When they said cave, I wasn't really assuming this, but I mean, I guess. Now I'm gonna have to look up this whole entire thing. I'm gonna have to look up this whole entire thing on this Leatherman dude and shit, 'cause all I know is Leatherface from Texas Chainsaw Massacre. That's like Texas Roadhouse. Yeah, now we gotta get back up there. I thought cave meant way bigger than this, to be honest with you.
Well, no, that's a cave.
Hello everybody and welcome to our living room. If you want to see more stuff like this, go watch our vlog channel, but I wanted to do the outro. I wanted to look up about this Leatherman because obviously like geocaching and Pokemon Go always sends you to areas that like sometimes are like really cool places like oceans or trailheads, ends, whatever it is. Sometimes cemeteries, stuff like that. I was very interested in hearing about the Leatherman, so I wanted to look him up and see like what is all this stuff about him. So if nobody else wanted to go and Google it, there is literally not much on Google or Wikipedia or whatever you want to call it anyways. And if you keep hearing that annoying sound, our camera is looking at me because it keeps sensing me. The Leatherman, born Jules Borglay, which is unconfirmed, They believe was born in 1839 and died in 1889. They know that for a fact, apparently. Which I don't know what vagabond is. Let's see what vagabond is. Oh, I was right. Vagabond basically means wandering around homeless and doing stuff. Vagrancy is the condition of wandering homeless without regular employment or income. They usually live in poverty and support themselves by traveling while engaging in begging, scavenging, or petty theft. And Adrian was right because he did say that. He's like, I said, I don't understand how somebody like that could, like, and he's like probably finding little jobs here and there. He didn't say stealing or anything like that, but he said probably finding little jobs here and there and stuff. He was famous for his handmade leather suit of clothes, who traveled through the northeastern United States on a regular circuit between the Connecticut River and the Hudson River from roughly 1857 to 1889, so when he was like 20 years old, or like just late teens when he started doing it. Of unknown origin, he was thought to be French-Canadian because of his fluency in the French language, his broken English, and the French language prayer book found on his person after death. His identity remains unknown His identity remains unknown and controversial. He walked a repeating 365-mile, which is 587 kilometers, route year after year, which took him through certain towns in western Connecticut and eastern New York, returning to each town roughly every 34 days. Living in rock shelters and Leatherman's caves, as they are now locally known, the Leatherman stopped at towns along his 365-mile loop about every 5 weeks for food and supplies. He was dubbed the Leatherman as his adornment of hat, scarf, clothes, and shoes were handmade from leather. An early article from Burlington Free Press dating to April 7th, 1870 refers to him as the leather-clad man. It also states that he spoke rarely and when addressed would speak in monosyllables. Yes, no, jump, by, heat, sure, cough, and. Screech, slept, scratch, scrounge, stretch, straight, strengths. That's what it literally says, all of right there, all the possible things that he could have been saying. According to contemporary rumors, he hailed from Picardy, France. Fluent in French, he communicated mostly with grunt gestures, rarely used his broken English. When asked about his background, he would abruptly end the conversation. Upon his death, a French prayer book was found among his possessions. He declined meat on Fridays, giving rise to speculation that he was Roman Catholic. It is unknown how he earned money. The Leatherman was well known in Connecticut. He was reliable in his rounds, and people would have food ready for him, which he often ate on their doorsteps. 10 towns along the Leatherman's route passed ordinances exempting him from the state tramp law passed in 1879. What is the tramp law? Oh, that vagabonds could be jailed. They made it so that way 10 towns along his route made it so that way he could be homeless and he could be doing his channel walking or whatever it was. The Leatherman survived because of his health and death. The Leatherman survived blizzards and the other foul weather by heating his rock shelters with fire. Indeed, while his face was reported to be frostbitten at times during the winter, by the time of his death, he had not lost any fingers, unlike other tramps of the time and era, whatever. Yeah, tramps. That sounds rude. The Connecticut Humane Society had arrested him and hospitalized him in 1888, which resulted in a diagnosis of sane except for an emotional affliction, after which he was released. He had money and desired freedom. He ultimately died from cancer of the mouth. His body was found on March 24th, which is kind of scary because my birthday's March 22nd. His body was found on March 24th, 1889, in his Sawmill Woods cave on the farm of George Dell in the town of Mount Pleasant, New York, near Austining. His identity controversy. The Leatherman's former tombstone read, "Final resting place of Jules Borgley of Lyons, France, the Leatherman." He is identified with that name in many accounts. However, according to researchers, including Dan W. DeLuca, as well as his New York death certificate, his identity remains unknown. This name first appeared in a story published in the Waterbury Daily American on August 16th, 1884, but was later retracted. It was later retracted on March 25th, 26th, and 27th in 1889. Jesus Lord, man. They thought what they had was right, but apparently it wasn't. In 1889, also in the Meriden Daily Journal on March 29th, 1889, DeLuca was able to get a new headstone installed when the Leatherman's grave was moved away from Route 9 in another location within the cemetery on May 25th, 2011. The new brass plaque simply reads The Leatherman. The Leatherman's grave is in the Sparta Cemetery on Route 9 in Austin, New York. The following inscription was carved on his original tombstone. Found and rest in place of Jules Borgli of Lyons, France, Leatherman, who regularly walked 365-mile route through Westchester and Connecticut from the Connecticut River to the Hudson, living in caves in the years 1858 to 1889. His original grave was within 16 feet of Route 9, and then apparently the grave's contents were exhumed and reburied at a new site in the cemetery. No visible human remains were recovered during the exhumation. Only coffin nails and soil from the original burial plot was reburied in the new grave. One of the reasons for the exhumation was hope there were remains that would help determine the Leatherman's origins. And then apparently somebody from the University of Connecticut, an archaeologist and supervisor of the exhumation, whatever, cited time the effect of traffic over the shallow original grave site, the possible removal of graveside material by a road grading project for destroying all hard and soft tissue in the grave. Goodness freaking gracious. Honestly, I kind of wanted to possibly end this video with going to the grave, but I didn't realize that it was in New York, and we're obviously not going to sit there and go all the way to New York within the next few days just to be able to go to the grave. But stuff like this just really interesting. What the hell is on my shirt? I don't know what that is. Honestly, I thought that was from me. Oh no, there's something on there. I thought it was from me resting my cup on my shirt before, but when I see stuff like that, it makes me be like, ooh, I want to know more. Apparently, he has multiple caves, so other than the one that we went to today, I really, really want to see the other caves. Hopefully, if I find anything else about it, other than geocaching, obviously it'll be on this channel, but if I want to go and look for anything else, it'll be on the vlog channels. Hope you guys enjoyed. Be ready for the next ones, because we have been doing geocaching a lot more, and honestly, as I said, when I sit here, when I find stuff like that, it massively makes me interested. That's it for now. I think that there's more geocaches for the Leatherman, so I will start to look those up and see what we can do for those in the future. But today was pretty decent, and other than the pain in the butt fact at the beach, because we thought that, you can't just move people out of their places and stuff when they're out in public trying to sit somewhere. So we thought that we were gonna have to sit there and wait for a while, but then I read a different comment in there and it was like, oh, it's over in this direction of the flagpole, and I was like, seriously. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Stay tuned for the next ones.